Hello, my beautiful people. Welcome to your week ahead taroscope. Weekly general taroscope with me, Raphael from Radiant Reality. It's an absolute pleasure to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. Quick note: these readings are for all of us. They are the general energies, trends, and themes. Sometimes it's world events. Sometimes it's microcosm. Right, for us, just personally. All of this is always informed by my intuitive message every week. I go into my intuition and I ask for a message for what we need to know that kind of helps or assists or binds together the rest of the information that comes through. Now, with that said, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity, and abundance. And I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise. And they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, this week's intuitive message was and now the signs cannot be ignored, right? So what I actually did see was a little bit ominous, I'm not going to lie. What I actually did see was a riderless horse. Now, usually that wouldn't sort of bother me, but it was very much like, and there was a horse on a hill, and it was just on its own, right? It was completely, and the message that I kind of took away from this is not so much like, Horseman of the Apocalypse stuff, but it was definitely that kind of ominous kind of feel. And so what I took away from that was that this week, the signs of what we see are going to be incontrovertible. We won't be able to kind of look at something and say like, oh, well, that's just a coincidence or whatever. Something this week, there's a revelation of some sort, right? This week, something is going to be clearer than it ever has. I gotta be honest with you, just like everything in the world, unfortunately, it may be a divisive topic. It might be that whatever this is, you always have the naysayers and the disbelievers and all the rest of it in whatever the case might be. But I kind of feel like maybe, just maybe, this could be the thing that unites a lot of people. There's the jumping card. Because we won't be able to ignore it, right? It will be so clear for what it is that I think everybody will be like, oh, okay, there's no getting around that, right? It is what it is. So it will be interesting to see how this kind of shapes up. So for our Destiny card this week, we've got the Gate 59 and Intimacy. I always see this card not necessarily about sexual intimacy. I see it more about the intimacy of getting back into bed with life, where you kind of re-engage with life. You remember that it is an intimate dance between you and the life force that runs through your veins. And in some way, shape or form, this means that we are ready to start romancing the ordinary once more. But in order to do that, the intuitive message, we can't ignore what is. We can't, get rid of, just because we don't like what the sign necessarily says or what it means, we can't get rid of it, right? This is basically saying the way through to re-engage with life and find that intimacy with your life once more is really by accepting that what it is what it is, right? In whatever way that might mean to you. That might mean in a sexual context. It might be that you look at a relationship and say, you know what? This is never going to be anything more than fun. You might look at it and say, okay, you know what? This is the ceiling for this relationship. You might look at this and say, this collaboration, this person, this friend, this, whatever it might be, it is what it is, right? But then at the same time, that can also help you gain a newfound sense of intimacy, because you kind of, once you accept that something is what it is and it's not going to change or improve, you can actually be more embodied and enjoy it that much more, right? Rather than kind of put in, oh, this is going to be this and it has, extra stipulations and getting lost in the source. For our direction cards, we've got the Three of Swords. So this week, it may actually be about what we understand or come to understand needs to be released. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, because there are new things around the corner for us. And we've got the Four of Cups. So the message behind these cards, as our direction energies are, you can hang on to what you have, not necessarily a bad thing, or you can let go of it. You can find a way to emotionally detach from it in order for this new thing to be birthed into your life. Now, the Ace of Pentacles can be new money, it can be a new job, it can be new work, it could be I won't say a new relationship, but it could be a new connection that happens on a practical level. So that's possible, but it will require you getting out of your feelings in order to proceed with it. And with the Three of Swords, it will also require you to get really honest about where it is that something is just done, right? Whether this is a job, a partnership, whether it's a living situation, whether it's a friendship, whatever it might be. There is the way forward, the way for you to re-engage with life this year, this week, this year. It's interesting I say that because the Ace of Pentacles as a time sequence is 1 year. So what you release this week, what you really do the hard work to say, okay, this probably is being phased out of my life now, will really open up the ground for you to plant new seeds that could potentially, over the course of the next 12 months, really turn into something truly special. But it's going to require you to get out of your feelings and accept that what is what is, and move beyond it, right? This is that moment where you say, okay, you know what? I'm never going to be valued in this job as much as I would like, and so I now need to let go of this so that I can start looking for something else. For our insight cards, we've got the Page of Wands, right? That is fun, creativity, and joy. With the Ten of Cups, wow. Okay, and the Devil card, right? So, if you are willing to let go of what you're... this isn't about settling. This isn't about downgrading your vision. If you've been with me long enough, you know I don't believe in that. I'm not one of these fake it till you make it people. I'm one of those, you know, face it till you make it people, right? Feel what you feel, rally at it, scream at it, get angry, cry, you know. I mean, I won't pull whatever I have left out, but right, pull your hair out, do whatever you need to do in order to get through it, so that when you make your moves and your strides, you reach what is for you, right? The message behind this is, because it's the Devil card with the Ten of Cups, if you can let go of what you think your ideal is as a rigid concept, you will allow fun, creativity, and freedom to set in. And with the Intimacy card, this means that you are on the precipice of falling back in love with life, as long as you get rid of, and there's an idea behind this actually, and this is a perfect example. I took a course with, I've forgotten his name now, to be completely honest with you. I know that's really bad. But I did take a course with somebody, and one of the exercises that they gave us was to kill Prince Charming. It was specifically around and for gay men, right? And so his idea was, we've all been raised like with the Disney tropes and all the rest of it, and so, you know, while the boys were looking at the princesses going, I'm gonna marry her, those of us that were rainbow sheep were looking at Prince Charming going, oi oi, he's a bit of all right. Jokes aside, what this effectively creates for us is that we're looking for something that doesn't really exist, and on top of that we have a much limited option. And so one of the exercises that he gave us was to kill Prince Charming, right? So that you can go after what is real and actually what is available to you, right? That's the message with this, right? The Ten of Cups is perfection. It's the best of everything that you can have. But with the Devil card, it's like your vision of your ideal is probably so perfect that you are bashing yourself to try and achieve it. How does that help you? How does that serve you in any way? It doesn't. And so if you can let go of what your idea of your ideal is this week, it's not about downgrading your vision. It's not about saying, oh, well, I'm going to have to settle for less. It's about saying that vision, that ideal that I'm striving for is impossible. Let me have something that is actually real. And maybe it has moments of being imperfect. Maybe it has moments of being a little bit more real or a little bit more gritty. But it's that much richer, that much deeper, that much more intimate when it comes to my true expression and feeling of whatever that ideal is, right? So it's a really deep message this week on the wider world stage. I do wonder if there is a really serious conversation that's being had around parenting and parents this week. Now, these are conversations that happen a lot, but I think this one's going to be very much in the public eye. I think this may have something to do with the royal family here in the UK. And there's a lot in these cards as well about forgiveness. So it will be interesting to see how this stuff kind of plays out moving forward. I'm intrigued. With that said, I wish you all an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up, what you see. You know, I love that you guys send me pictures, news articles. You know, people will email me, they send me links to different things that they've seen on the news and stuff, and they're like, Raf, you know, this is what you were talking about, look at this. And I love that you guys do that, right? Because it shows us that the oracle, forget me in the equation, it shows us the oracle that is tarot is on point, right? That it does what it says on the tin. With that said, have a wonderful week, take care, and I'll speak to you soon.